Oh, hey.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm late. I was gardening
How fun.
at
How,
8:30 at
how
night.
can you see?
There's a light outside.
It's not.
I mean, it
Let
is ridiculous.
me put the thing I wrote in here, and then I just gotta clean, or well, not clean. I gotta save my game, and then blah 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 blah
To clean your game.
blah.
What you playing?
Yeah, I was gonna say clean up, and then I realized I'm not gonna clean up. Actually, I'm gonna also pour myself a cup of Pepsi.
Get a little pep in your step.
Yeah. Copy.
Oh, God. Why is my microphone all quiet again? What the hell?
Your
Your
evil.
neck feel quiet?
My microphone got quiet again. It was fine before. Now it's quiet again.
You said Mike. I thought you said
Sounds fun to me.
neck.
Yeah, my neck. I'm used to just standing here and my neck cracking everywhere all the time.
Your neck, your back.
That was the best show title for Greatest Gin they ever did. Was when Kes got pregnant.
Yeah,
My neck, my back, my reproductive sac. It's fine. Don't worry
it's
about it.
all good. Right, let me think. All right, let me just save. Oh, wait, actually, I think I had it set up. Cool. Okay. So this game would used to bug out all the time if you auto saved on exit. So I always just turned that off, and now it's been fixed like a couple patches ago, and I finally got around to turning it back on. All right, let me pour one out, and then we can get
For the homies.
I don't have any homies.
Oh.
I only have friends.
So, to answer your question, it's weird. It's great that no matter where you're sitting, you're really close to the ice.
Oh yeah.
But it feels weird, you know. It like I'm well aware I was watching two professional teams, but it still felt like a college game.
It felt like you were on Shark's Ice, where the Barracuda play.
It did. Because I was thinking, because that's where San Jose State Spartans played also.
Yeah,
I was like,
buddy.
It feels like that. It's weird.
Do Spartans have a hockey team?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
They were not bad for a while.
Yeah. When I was going, they were actually really good.
Yeah.
Oh, so they've had one that long?
Yeah.
Oh, neat. I didn't know that. I didn't even know we had one at all. I would go watch a game.
It also sucked that I happened to have to, go to like the most boring fucking game of the year. Jesus Christ. Nothing happened the whole game.
You want to go
getting screwed out of 2 goals. But
Oh, I see. The most boring Sharks game. I thought you were talking about the most boring SJSU game.
No, the Sharks game. Oh, it was so boring.
Yeah. Well, hey, it happens. They're not, like I said, they're not good. I'm glad they're overperforming compared to what people thought they were going to do, but
they're not embarrassing anymore.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
Well, the thing is, no team can be a professional team and be that bad consistently. You know what I mean? It's like someone, I forget who it was, someone said that, like, if you played against the gooniest goon who ever gooned it up, whatever, they would score 500 times. Like, that's the thing. It's like everyone who plays is a real professional. So, okay. All right, no, that's good though. Do they have any good food?
I don't know. I didn't get anything because I ate before we left.
That's fair. Yeah.
But no.
Concessions are expensive as hell.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Huh?
Oh, I was saying that's what I was wondering because, since it's not like it's a college arena, so I was wondering what the concessions were going to be like if they had professional stuff, or if it was all local, whatever.
Same crap at any arena.
Okay, yeah, but you know how at Sharks Ice is the other one, at the Shark Tank, they've got real restaurants and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't have anything
like. Yeah. Okay. No, I was curious about that. All right. Hey, it was good. It was a good time to see a team that you like lose and a team that you kind of like win.
No, I don't like them at all.
They're your local team.
No. But I did like that. Apparently, the Coyotes have the best power play in the league.
Yeah.
But they couldn't score on the second worst penalty kill. So
yeah.
Hey, there we go.
4 times.
Now they're the
Coyotes
third.
didn't take any penalties, dicks.
Yeah. Well.
Not that it matters. The Sharks aren't any good on power play either. But
no, they're aggressive. But whatever. It's fine. It was good. I'm the next game I'm going to is in January. So I gotta. Who they're playing? They're playing the Sabres, and the Sabres are actually good this year. Or are they bad again?
I don't know.
All I know is I own a Sabre printer and it caught on fire.
Oh, fun.
You've never watched The Office. Okay.
Oh, no, the Sabres are bad.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's good.
Well, not terrible. They're better than us.
Yeah, that's true.
Not by much.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we get started on Outwit, Outplay, Outcast, the Survivor podcast on the Night Living Geeks Network? We're going to be talking about Season 45, Episode 12, The Ex-Girlfriend at the Wedding. Yet another episode in which the person who said the name was voted out.
Mm-hmm.
I would do the math, but I don't want to.
It's because they know they listen to us and they're like, "How we're going to screw them?" And not giving.
Yeah, no one's getting points this time. Okay, well, someone read the thing while I cheat ahead to see what my score is. Oh, not bad.
I mean, I'll read ahead, but your first sentence is not. You said, Dee proves me right that she knew Julie was playing her idol. Nobody was arguing that Dee knew. You were saying Austin, everybody else knew.
No, I was saying Dee knew, and you guys were saying, no, look how surprised she was.
You were saying Austin knew.
No, we were praising her for pretending to be surprised. I don't know what you're talking
because
about.
It was very clear in that episode. Dee went up to Julie and said, they're going to play it for you. I'm going to vote for you. We both have to act surprised. She said it to her face. There was no debate about that. You're saying Austin knew.
And you guys were like, no, look how surprised she was.
No. I just listened to this episode because I actually listened to it after you publish it. And you definitely were on the road that Austin knew as well.
No.
Yeah, because that's dumb. Either way, Reba is no longer strong, but everyone is pretending it is publicly. Katurah searches for an idol, but comes up worse than empty-handed. Austin catches her red-handed. The coolest Donkey Kong-inspired reward challenge sees Austin winning a charcuterie picnic stranded on a desert island like in a Far Side cartoon. Swim a bit, ride a barrel, solve a puzzle, and of course he takes Dee with him to the picnic. Poor smitten fool. Embracing chaos, he also takes Katurah to keep her from plotting with everyone else for a couple hours, maybe get her vote for him in the final tribal council, and create drama with those not picked. Drew sulks. He does more than sulk. He fucking chucks the iron pot lid.
Yeah, well, that was later.
Yeah, Julie and Jake are rowdy kids looking for idols and going on adventures while the babysitter sulks harder than at the challenge. Jake finally has a lucky break and gets an idol. Perfect timing because he drops out of the immunity challenge almost immediately. It comes down to Dee and Austin, with Dee's extra toe length giving her the edge over small toe Austin. What proof do I have of this? The challenge involved feet. QED. Drew's plan is to vote out the biggest threat because Basile is a strategic mastermind behind the intellect of whom we all tremble and cower. Jake strategizes and shows his homework to the camera, but what he doesn't know is Dee is a stone-cold killer. The rest of the episode is Drew's Icarus moment, constantly talking up his performance and control of the game. Austin plays his idol on himself, and in so doing, effectively destroys his chance at winning. Drew's wings of wax melt, and he plummets to the earth. And my favorite part of the episode was when Drew and Austin were on the beach talking about how they're going to be one of the best duos of all time.
Yeah. And then, what was it? Drew says, oh yeah, we're going to be like Steven and JT. Like maybe Steven and JT the second time around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do want to say we have our $1 million Deadpool bet, right? Where we say these are the people we think are going to say $1 million this, $1 million that, right? There's 6 players left. Nick, you have Jake, and I have Julie. And every other player left, except for those 2, said $1 million. Austin, D, Katura, and Drew all said $1 million something or other. Literally this one episode.
Yeah. No, I know.
We are so bad at picking bets.
For a while there, I was like, man, should we even have this $1 million Deadpool? No one ever wins it, but everybody has said stuff this time around. Like, this is the $1 million sayingest team in the history of the game, in the modern history of the game, and we've all just missed on it completely.
Yeah, I think D even did it 2 or 3 times this episode.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite part of this episode was when Drew was being a pouty pants, and Jake was just like, "We're on Survivor. Shut up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, you fucking crybaby.
Yeah, I mean that's why I really okay. We were talking last time about who would you like to see again, and I think this episode really does kind of cement that I would like to see Jake again because he just has such a good attitude. Like when he was telling his little story about getting the idol, and he goes off on that tangent of I stripped down to my underwear, and one time I was in a college play and I was in my underwear, so I was used to it. And he just goes on and on about that thing. Just like that's just like a delightful person, right? Like he may not win this game. He actually may. Like, I mean, the jury likes him, so yeah. he theoretically could, but he may not win the game, and he may not have been the most strategic player. Or honestly, maybe he is. He just is snake bitten. Like, think about it in this episode where he's making the case, this is who we should vote for, blah, 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 blah. But he's already talking to people who thought it out, gamed it out, and were like, yes, I agree with you. We should do this. And then they kind of even ruin his plan a tiny little bit by going 4-3 on Drew instead of 3-3 on Drew. But, oh well.
I also have to say that moment when he was talking about the underwear had masterful editing. When it just hangs on him for that second extra where you get to see Jake sit there and be awkward talking about the play in his underwear, and it was a thing. And he clearly is talking about it because he was proud of it, but doesn't really want to talk about it too much. He just stops talking and sits there awkwardly for a second. And that was beautiful editing to leave that in.
Yeah, no, he's good. Man. And then even before that, when he says when they're in the they're in the losers area, whatever on the beach, Dodoy. He's talking about how I'm left here with my 2 targets. Like, oh, that's cute. He thinks he has targets.
Yeah.
And the editors did a fantastic job with this episode because there was also the thing they just kept showing Drew being, I'm so confident because I'm doing so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you notice as well that we had a producer moment?
Yeah, we did with D, right?
Yeah. He asked her, so what's up with Drew? And then she just babbled for a minute.
What's up with Austin?
The question? It's
yeah.
Oh, sorry. God damn it, Austin. Whatever. They're all the same.
Yeah, all those dudes.
Yeah. Austin, when they showed his high school pictures and stuff, I was like, what? Cutie pie. That kid was so cute when he was a little one.
Yeah. I like it. I like his little story arc he's got here, though. Being the fat, ugly kid that nobody liked, and now he's like, but this girl is way out of my league, but she's kind of paying me attention, so I'm just going to roll with it for a little bit here. I like that.
Good for him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. He's making... The reason I said that he squandered his chance, you know what I mean, he blew his game, is because he thought he was so confident that he played it on himself. It didn't cancel a single vote. And, you know, like, I actually don't think he's made a mistake by keeping D with him and all that. So, like, if we remember a couple seasons ago, there was the two nerd couple. I can't remember who they were.
Matt and Franny.
I can't remember their name. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Matt and Franny. And my problem was, like, they made big mistakes, like trusting each other and doing things with each other and being so obvious. Dee and Austin have been kind of obvious, but more or less within the last couple of episodes, so really the last couple of days of this. And, like, they hadn't thrown the game away early on with it, the way Matt and Franny almost did.
You know why it's okay that they're doing it now? Because it's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late to do anything about it. Because now, if you don't want to vote one of them out, because then you're guaranteeing you're not getting that vote.
Yeah. And you know that Dee will just cut him. Like, she wants to take him because she thinks that she can beat him. But if he does something, which he won't, to, like, really make a big play, she won't hesitate to just get rid of him. Like, she might be interested in this dude, but she is interested in $1 million more.
Yeah, I mean, well, we got that scene where she's like, "I'm going to swear my mother, swear my father. I don't care who I have to swear on. I'm getting that $1 million fucking dollars."
Good for her. That's what this game is about.
Yeah, and that's where she's at. Like, she doesn't care, and like, she's willing to. And she said too, right? Like, she knew her emotions would be the biggest hurdle for her in this game, and so she's like, fuck it, I'm going to lean into it and just lie up and down.
Yeah. And it's not like the lies that she's telling are so egregious. She's just saying, like, oh, I didn't know about Julie's idol. Or, you know, oh, who did that? Like, earlier in the game, who was it? Was it Sifu who was like, who voted for... Oh, no, it was Drew, right?
No, it was Sifu did that, too.
It was
Sifu, okay. Yeah, and she just straight up lied and said, well, it wasn't me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
and
right. And
J. Maya took the fall instead.
Yeah, it's like, Dee has been doing good lies. Like, there are people who lie about stuff you don't need to lie about, and that is always what frustrates me. But she's making the right ones, and so, yeah, I'm good with her. I like her a lot.
That's true. That was good foreshadowing. I didn't think about that in this context, but yeah, when J. Maya went up to her and was like, "I'm just going to tell Sifu I did it, and then I'll be the fake target," and Dee's like, "That's a great idea."
Yeah.
Like, God damn, it's some big balls, Dee.
She got away with it.
Yeah, I do want to say, this is what I was saying last week with Drew's idol, or not Drew, with with Austin's idol. When last week I was like, was it the right play for him to not play his idol? And you guys were like, yeah, obviously, because you want the idol for later. But like, this is what I meant. Like, okay, he plays it now to absolutely no effect. You know?
Well, yeah, but he could have played it. That's the thing, is if he felt safe, which he did, or, you know, he was pretty sure it was going to be 4 on Julie.
Yeah.
If he felt safe, he could have played it on Drew or whoever he thought Julie was going to go for. If he didn't think Julie was going to go for him, he could even have said it as he played it, like, "Hey, so I feel safe. I have a feeling Julie voted for Drew, so I'm going to play it on him." And you know, then Julie would have been gone. He wouldn't have known that, but still, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is. It's always good to have an idol to protect yourself. But, like, the problem is this late in the game, the jury's just going to see that as a whiff. It's going to have been for nothing. Because who knew about that? J. Maya was gone. Kelly knew about it. Because there's the two ways that you make an idol effective, right? One way you make the idol effective is have a big play, like a Caleb notification, or like what Julie did, right? The other way you can use an idol is, like, to shield yourself. And make it as a preventative play to deflect votes away from you. And I don't know how many people were fully aware of the amulet and the fact that he had this idol. So in terms of like, has he kind of been off and on playing it for the last, week, but we never really saw it that way? And then now he's just like, well, it's spent. I got what I needed out of it. I'm just going to, here you go. Because if so, then that matters for the jury, and they can take that into account. If not, like, then the jury's just going to see, oh, you whiffed on your idol play. It's one of those two. He's got to hope it's the former.
But, I mean, if he's in the end, he can say that. He can speak.
Yeah.
It's definitely a flex to be like, I had this idol and I didn't even need it.
Yeah, but who was the one that had an idol at the end of the game and didn't use it? And not
fucking Xander,
Marianne.
and Xander in 41 got to the end with like 2 advantages in an idol, never having used any of them.
Yeah, and that was a mark against him because they were like, you could have done stuff with that. And he's like, but I didn't wanna.
You could have, and there were people on the jury who had been on his tribe, and they were like, you could have used that to help me, and we could have gotten further in the game together. Like, but instead you just sat on it, did nothing, let other people run the game around you. Like, you made yourself into a goat. You played too low key with all of the shit you had.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, he should have played it, but like last one, had he played? I can't even remember who went home last time. That wasn't Katura, or I'm sorry, Kendra. Who was it last time?
Last episode was Emily.
Emily, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't really have cared to save Emily if you really get down to it. And even then, it was only one vote, right? So, I don't know. I think he was right to not play it last time, and he was right to play it this time. He just played it wrong.
Well, last time he was fairly sure he was going to be the collateral damage, not Emily.
Yeah.
So well, the problem was that's why he was trying so hard doing immunity, because then he definitely would have played it on D.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, funnily enough, if he had, that probably would have, if he didn't get voted out next, he would have won in the game.
I mean,
it's really interesting. It's really interesting when you think about how, like, one minor thing, winning an immunity and then playing it on D or whatever, but that's a pretty big swing. But, like, something like that could just completely change the like, we're talking about him like, oh man, does he even have a chance? Nope. Whereas had he won the immunity, and he didn't even come close, but he came closer than anyone else. Had he won, he could have played it on her. She would have been safe, and then at the end, he probably would have gotten enough votes to win. But unfortunately, no. So he's probably not going to win, even if it gets to the end.
I mean, the thing is now, D has the story of being cutthroat, and the jury, I think, jury knows it now. So he has to do something equally cutthroat to her, and like publicly. Like, I think what he needs to do is win that last one to decide fire making, and he has to challenge her to fire making and beat her ass. Like, it's got to be that level of brutal for him to have some kind of agency over his narrative again.
That is so frustrating. I mean, you're right. That's why I say it's frustrating that you're right, where, like, the fire thing, it sucks that you have to be the person making fire. Like, you have to pick. But if you're that far behind, then that's just the way it is.
I don't think that's Firemaking's fault. I think that's what is his name? Who won Edge of Extinction?
Oh yeah, well I know who you're talking about. But no, I mean, the thing is like okay, let's say D wins. She doesn't have to say, "All right, I'm gonna do it." You know what I mean? If I would even go so far as to say, if Jake wins, no, he doesn't have to do it, especially because he knows he doesn't make it very well. Julie knows she doesn't make it very well. Julie doesn't have to do it. Julie goes to the final four and she just wins straight up. But there's a lot of other people that like Austin has to do it. You're right, because he kind of dug himself into this hole, and that's the only way that he can correct the narrative. And it's just that part sucks.
Yeah, I don't think the players think of Austin like you guys do. They think he's been in charge this entire time. I don't know why you guys get the idea that he's totally fucked.
I think they think he's been in charge with Drew, and that Drew's been the mastermind.
And he has been.
Right, but I think they're quick to attribute all of that strategic, like, plotting to Drew and not to Austin. And like there's like, Austin's the brawn and Drew is the brain, and we don't give $1 million to the brawn player anymore. We give $1 million to the brain player for making big moves. So he needs to find a way to make that clear. And I think that's going to be a problem because I think Drew, in his own head, is the mastermind. So he's going to be there on the jury saying, no, Austin, that was all me. And Austin's not going to be able to take credit for these things. I think Drew's going to be the one who's like, no, I did that. No, that was me. And he's going to tell the jury when he's there in Ponderosa, oh yeah, I was the mastermind. Austin kind of tagged along. We know Drew has this complex. We know, I can already tell you that's what he's going to do when he gets to there. Is he's going to tell everybody, oh, I had the whole game in the palm of my hand. I was masterminding everybody. And then all these idiots fucked up and now I'm gone. That's his narrative.
All right. After we record next week, I want you to cut all this back in where I'm right after Austin wins. Okay.
You got it, buddy. I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna do that because you know who's editing that episode? Not me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I know how to do that. I could do it. I'm still not gonna. But yeah, no. I don't think he can win. I really feel like, okay, who does he beat? Julie. Everyone loves Julie, and she's one of the oldest players. So I think she beats him. Drew's gone. Katura, yeah, he beats Katura.
I think the only person that would definitely win at this point is D.
I think D definitely wins. I think Julie and Austin are about the same level. And then you have Jake and Katura left after that.
Yeah, I think if there's anyone who's definitely not going to win, it's Katura.
Yeah. I feel bad. That was... I mean, even in this one, she didn't really do that much. That's a shame. She's playing she's playing a low-key game in a season where low-key isn't going to do it.
Yeah.
Unless, once again, as we said, she has the greatest... Like, there's always the Erica exception where it turns out they just have the best tribal council you've ever seen.
I mean, she's a lawyer.
Yeah, or they take that final episode and they just own the shit out of it. Like, fuck, what is his name? Edge of Extinction. Is it Chris?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Pretty sure it was Chris. That sounds right.
Yeah. I feel like, though, that the thing
Chris
is...
Underwood, yes.
If she is going to just take the last episode and run with it and slam dunk all over everyone and win, that she would have had a better edit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think her 80% of her edit has been, I hate Bruce. There would have been some other narrative happening there. That's true.
Yeah, that's what... I mean, yeah, it's metagaming. I just don't think she'll do it. But whatever. I still like her. Whereas, like, okay, you could see, based on the edit, you could see a case for Jake. You could see a case for Julie. Definitely D and Austin, but yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'm glad we didn't do Sanctuary again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was out on the spit.
Yeah.
That's just creepy. The fact that they're like I almost felt that was kind of mean to take Katura after she had her anxiety freak out around the water that last time. You're like, all right, we're going to go onto a spit of land that could be disappeared at any time by the ocean.
Well, she did the challenge to get there, right? Like, she did the challenge where they start in the water.
It, but still, it was just kind of funny that he picked her. He picked her for the right reasons, of course. But still,
I think
he's not wrong, because I think Katura is the one person he didn't want there convincing people to vote him out. Yeah. I think she's the only one who would have been that he had to worry about. But it was stupid that he told them that he was doing that.
Yes. And he used the word babysitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Was great, though.
Right, because then Drew's just like annoyed that he's the babysitter, and the other two are like, we don't have to be babies. Like, it colors their entire experience going back to camp in a way that you didn't need to do.
It's a chaos move, and I loved it because it pissed Drew off so much to have someone basically say, Drew, I'm making a decision for you in the game, because it undermines this whole, I've been in control this entire time. And so I love that. I mean, he very quickly turned it around on himself. It was just like, wait, I actually am a genius, but there's no way I'm going to babysit.
Yeah, he's very quick to turn himself into the genius.
Yeah. You got good distance with that pot lid.
Yeah, I wonder if he did discus in college.
Please, that man has not done a single sport in his life.
I know, you can tell. He's so thin. You could do running.
Because he's super tall. If he was like 5 inches shorter, he would be thick.
Yeah, or he could have played basketball, be thick and effective.
You can be basketball and be thin too. You don't have to be super thick to be effective in college basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, good runners too.
And he's Harvard or Yale. Neither of those teams is like or teams. None of those colleges is much of a sports team. They have them, so you could get on it just by virtue of being tall.
I mean, Harvard has one of the biggest sports programs in the country. They just don't do football, basketball. They do like everything else at the highest level.
Yeah, like fencing and rowing.
He could be
exactly.
a volleyball player then.
Oh, and he goes to UPenn. Remember, he's the one who is like he says Ivy League, but it's borderline Ivy League. It's like
he goes to Penn.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No. Okay. He's not really an Ivy Leaguer.
It's not one of the, it's like when you list out all of the Ivy League schools, that's the one you forget and have to look up.
Yeah. It's that thing for Pirates of the Caribbean. You are without a doubt the worst Ivy League school I've ever heard of, but I am in the Ivy League.
There you go.
Yeah. Whatever. And then of course he picks D.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you guys were going to have more to say about that. Okay, great.
No, you picked D.
You pick D, of course he does, yeah.
Of course, I mean, it's a bad decision. You know, you've got a showman's happening. You want to show at least a little bit of distance if you want to try and hide it at all. But he's past that. We know he's past that. We knew it last episode he was past that.
Well, that's what I mean. It's okay to be past it. It's too late to do anything about it. Like, it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah. No, I agree with Brian.
And if he's genuinely seeing himself as, you know, the Rob to her Amber, then it's perfectly fine. If he's already consigned himself to not winning, but just supporting her victory, okay, then he's doing that no problem.
Well, I think he for sure thinks he could win. Like I said, I still don't quite see it, but I don't know. I for sure think he thinks he can.
Yeah, I mean, we had that discussion already.
Yeah. No. I just want to give other people time to think, time to talk. Yeah. It was funny though, the way that they were holding hands and touching knees and stuff, and then Katura just looks over and goes, "Oh, okay."
I did like the moment when Drew is talking to Joel, like, "Oh yeah, totally, Reba 400%. Yeah, totally. That was just a little hiccup." And then 2 seconds later, we get a confessional from Julie, like, he's just telling me what he thinks I want to hear, and he thinks I'm a fucking idiot. Like, oh, Drew. Julie's been around a little bit longer than you. I think she can spot out your bullshit.
Yeah, Drew's never been okay, he's good at thinking of plans and whatnot. But even way back in an earlier episode, when he got caught looking for an idol, and his instinct was just turn around and walk away. It's like he can't execute. Like he can say, "Oh, I should lie to Julie," and then he tries. And it's like, "Yeah, we just had a hiccup, is all. I don't really, we're good." Like that's the thing. It's like obviously, it's like no, we're not.
And I don't think he's a good mastermind either. I think he has gotten himself that mindset, and the show wants to show you that. But, like, his moves have all been really easy because it's been Reba 4. Like, they've been just... They haven't been steamrolling because they're such strategic geniuses. They've been steamrolling because they actually managed to stay together and keep voting together for so long. That's not strategy in that. And then, like... the whole reason he's in this situation this episode is because strategic genius he is didn't think to split the fucking votes last episode. Just tell Austin to throw one somebody else's way for fuck all reason, right? Like, not a problem. And then at least you're like, okay, Emily or this one. You prove that you're not a strategic genius by having all of those simple, easy mistakes that you keep making. Like, that's a simple, avoidable mistake, is to split the vote. Just one person has to branch off to split that vote, but nope. And there's been multiple times this episode where they've dogpiled on people like 13-1 or 11-2 or whatever. Like, no, that is not genius strategy.
No. That's the path of least resistance.
It's brute fucking force. So, I mean, I think it's because he's bookish and has glasses that people give him that stereotype, but I don't think he's earned it. Not one bit.
No.
But, no. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt saying, like, I'm like, but he didn't give a shit that Emily was gone. But then I was like, well, but they didn't know that she was going to vote for Emily. She could have voted for anybody else. So that was dumb. Yeah, because if she had voted for him...
Well, he had been immune, but she could have written down Austin.
If she could have voted for Austin, yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing going into that.
Which is what she wanted to do, and he talked her out of it.
Exactly. So it's like, just throw one vote somewhere else.
One vote at Katura, just to get, or well, yeah, there you go. Just as like, all right, just in case there is collateral damage.
Throw it at Jake. That's the theme of the season. Jake is the backup plan.
Good old backup Jake.
Like, he's been the backup plan 4 episodes in a row, and suddenly, nope, not going to do it this time. Right when you need it the most. All right.
I really hope he wins, just because that would be the greatest story.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you need somebody to argue it right, because there's so many times that, like, the idea of, I got so many votes thrown my way, but I survived. There's 2 ways to spin that. It's just whether the jury buys it, right? The one is like, oh, I'm the fighter, and I've always, I had to fight from the bottom up, and I did all this, did all that, and now at the key moment at the end of the game, I got this idol, and I'm going to use it to protect the blah, 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 and then I'm going to get fire, and I'm going to win fire, and that got me here, right? Like, you can build that narrative as, like, the fighter coming up, but, like, the other part of it is, like, some juries really want to reward the person whose name was never written down. Like the other flip of that resume. Like, oh yeah, I definitely played this game and my alliances so smoothly that I never got a single vote put my way. Yeah. It all depends on how the jury takes it.
Thankfully, there aren't any of those this time.
Yeah. So. Those are also goats. If you never got a vote all season, it's probably because you're a goat.
Well, all right. Let's see who's on the jury. Bruce is Bruce would probably vote for him. He likes the dude. Kelly had that gasp. It was like, no, not Jake. You remember that one a little while back? So maybe she's inclined because they were all rooting for him. So yeah, I think that he could win a good number of them. It really does suck we can't see Ponderosa anymore. I would really like to see at least some of the strategy talk. You know what I mean? Like Ponderosa, it was always just, oh, this is what the game meant to me, blah, 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 blah. But I would like to see them just doing stuff and hanging out. Have they said if Ponderosa's ever going to come back?
No, Ponderosa's never coming back.
Why?
They've had progressively harder times editing it and getting rid of bitter players. They've had too many people who were really bitter players or really tried to sour the other jury members at Ponderosa, which is just not a good look.
Yeah.
And I think they are always hesitant to show strategy talk at Ponderosa because they don't want you to have an idea what's going to happen. They want to show you them getting through the game and coming out of it, feeling great, and this was an experience and blah blah blah. Fiji's amazing. We're not going to talk about strategy because I don't want you to know what's going to happen in the finale. It's not like a secret avenue to get more information. Just this was a game, and I'm through it, and I'm happy now. I promise I'm not traumatized. The problem is they have too many people who are traumatized or take it too personally. Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
I feel like Kelly probably took it too personally. Judging from how she left.
Emily did not look very happy at all.
But on the jury, no, she did
No. And Drew, I can tell you right now, Drew is a very sour man about this. In all of his exit interviews, he is very annoyed.
Ugh, of course he is.
I get the feeling he has the opinion that like he got voted out because everybody else is dumb and wasn't playing right.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's
the Principal Skinner thing. It's like, could it be that I'm wrong? No, it is the children who are wrong.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I want to happen next episode? I want Katura to be in Final Tribal, and I want Bruce to vote for Katura.
That would be nice.
I really want that. That'd be like, I don't care if Katura comes in third with just one vote, but I want it to be Bruce's vote because that's just such a beautiful cap on the story for their season.
That would be a good denouement.
That would be.
What I think I would like is Katura loses, or I'm sorry, not loses. Katura gets voted out. No. Okay, here it is. Sorry, I'm trying to like come up with the perfect like flow of it. Somebody wins immunity, whatever, doesn't matter who it is. Jake uses his idol to get rid of D.
Ooh.
Because D's going to win, right? Like, we all basically agree that if D goes to the end against any combination of two people, D wins.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's the only reason. And then the fire making challenge, whoever wins it, they pick, or I'm sorry, not whoever wins it, whoever gets to picks themselves and someone else who is unlikely to win, and whichever of them it is wins, if that makes sense. And then they go in it saying like, hey, look, this is our only real chance. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian, what do you want to happen?
You know what I want? I want the final to be D and Katura and Jake, because we all think D's going to win, and then the two lawyers talk circles around her in the final tribal. And then one of them wins, preferably Jake.
That would be good. I'd be happy with any of these people winning, to be honest with you. Even though I said, get rid of D with the idol. That's only because, or I guess get rid of Austin with the idol if D wins immunity. It's just because, like I said, I like Jake. I would like to see him win because of his personality and everything, and that's the best possibility.
I mean, he's got an idol and he's got to make a big swing, so it's got to be Austin or D at this point, right? Like Julie. I don't know. Julie's the one that they all say is going to be a hard one to fight against at Final Tribal. Because, when we armchair talk about this, we are very much talking about moves and strategy and gameplay. And we don't really account as much for, like, just likability.
Oh, no, I like Julie will win based off likability. It's just that, at least against D is also very likable.
Yeah, I think like, we rail on the Gabler season, and all of that cast have come out and said, like, Gabler is really just a great stand-up, kind person who treats you genuinely, and like that was just a really refreshing and amazing to have on that season, and that's why they voted for him. And like,
that's exactly what I don't like about this game. I don't like that you can win just for being a nice person. That's fucking stupid.
Right, but
I don't want Julie to win. She hasn't done anything but just be old. They like her because she's older and they call her their mom. That's the only reason they want to vote for her. She hasn't done anything.
Would it change your mind if she wins an immunity and then also wins a fire making?
No, it's too little, too late.
She had the great strategy to play with the idol, but we know it wasn't hers, right? That was D's.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
But she still played it. Yeah.
She got at Emily. She should have gotten out Austin.
Yeah,
exactly. If she had got out Austin, then maybe I could see an argument for her. But
what I want, I don't care who else or how. At Final Tribal, I want Katura and Jake to be there. And I want Bruce to vote for Katura. And I want Katura to reveal that she's a lawyer. and get another moment of Jake saying, "Whoa!" Sorry, whoa. Just another, like, Jake reaction to Katurah being also a lawyer. That's what I want. I want those things
that would
intersect.
have to be in the reunion, because the whole point of not telling them that she's a lawyer is people think they're like, oh, she's got plenty of money because she's a lawyer, so they don't want to vote for her. That's the whole point of keeping that a secret.
That's
well, no,
true.
it wasn't money. It was that she says that people don't trust lawyers. Well, and specifically making cases at Final Tribal Council.
I mean, you say lawyer too. I think if you're Katurah, you get to Final Tribal, like, I'm a civil rights attorney. Like,
yeah,
I do tons of pro bono work for poor people and underrepresented civil communities. I am not rich.
Not doing it for the money.
Yes.
All right, have we got anything else? I mean, it was really cool watching Drew pout when the helicopter flew over.
Yeah. And Jake and Julie giggle about being babysat and then running off to find idols together. That was cute.
Yeah.
I like Jake talking to Jeff about babysitting. It's okay, we let her stay up late and have ice cream.
Yeah.
He's just a real peach.
All right. Fantasy?
Sure.
We had no bets resolved, right? Our Not Here to Make Friends Deadpool is officially gone. I had Drew. Nick had J-Maya. Brian had Hannah. Hannah, oh my god.
Didn't the Shot in the Dark resolve because they can't do it anymore?
I think so. I'm going to wait until next episode just to be sure. But I'm pretty sure you're right. It did resolve. And Brian, you're the winner of those points. But I'm going to wait until they haven't said it in game, in show. So who the fuck knows? That's about it. Brian, you're also on target for the how long till an exciting new twist bet. You said 0. You thought there'd be no big twist this season. So far, you're on track for that. Pick a winner. Brian, you've got Katurah. Of all the people who have possible points left in the bank, Brian's the big winner. But I don't know about Katurah. What was the other one? $1 million Deadpool, like I mentioned earlier. Nick, you have Jake, and I have Julie. Let's see. Scoring. Okay. I came in the week last with 68 points. I have Austin and Katurah. I got 4 from Austin because he got that reward. He played his idol for himself, and he survived Tribal. I got 3 from Katurah because she went on reward and survived Tribal. So that's 7 onto my 68, giving me 75. Nick, you came in the week in second. You had Undead Bruce, D, and J Cocaine. You got 5 from D because she got points for both reward and challenge, or both reward and immunity, and she survived. And you got 3 from Jake because he found himself an idol and survived that Tribal. So that is 8 onto your 80, giving you 88. Brian, you came in the weekend first with 81 points, but unfortunately you had Jeff, Julie, and Drew. Jeff got you nothing because he didn't say the episode title. And Drew is now eliminated. You only got 3 from Julie. She negated some votes, but that's not going to pull you a whole lot. So it's 3 onto your 81, giving you 84. So it's 88 for Nick, 84 for Brian, and 75 for me. Brian, do you want...
Literally, any of us could win. This is the first time, I think, going
really
to the last episode, it's actually possible for any of us to win.
I'll need to come back quite a ways, but it is possible.
If Austin just wins everything left, that would do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Crap. I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, he's pretty good in challenges.
So was Julie.
What undead player will you summon from the grave?
Oh.
In case somebody from the jury happens to say an episode title.
Seems...
It could happen. McWorld!
Super unlikely. Well, I guess in the final Tribal, it's actually a good chance of it happening.
Yeah. The odds of you picking the person who does it is pretty low. This is for pure shiggles.
I don't know. You're Kelly.
All right. That's fair. Kelly's the one who has all these huge reactions sitting over there at the jury.
Did she ever say the title?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't keep that close attention.
But I like that the jury of this episode was all happy. They voted Drew out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they gotta go back to Ponderosa with him, and it's like, oh crap.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't looking when they were doing it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, there were similar reactions when Bruce got voted out.
Yeah.
feel like though that especially when he's out of the game, I feel like Bruce would definitely chill out really quickly.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
If he's not having to work with you and wrangle you into a vote and persuade you something in a dad kind of way, then you're just hanging out. Like, yeah, 100% that'll change him around.
Especially because remember he had his little coach moment where he realized, have I been talking down to people? And like now he's out of it. You could probably talk to him and just be like, hey, was I? Or whatever, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they can have a real conversation about it with food in them so that they're not like in panic mode. So I don't know. I think it'd be interesting and fun. I hope. Hey, look, good for him. I hope he does well in life. Obviously not in the game. He's over.
He is over.
Yeah.
His whole existence is over.
In the game.
In the game. It's not all the way over yet. He's got to vote to see who wins.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really fun. You definitely want to cast that vote. You don't want people voting for you. You want to be the one doing the vote.
Yeah.
I just thought about it. I fully expect Bruce to be the one that does that dumbass question in the final chapter. What did you learn while you were out here? God.
I learned how to make fire.
I learned how to win $1 million. I hope.
This game. That's why I'm sitting over here.
Yeah.
That's what I want somebody to say. You can ask that.
I learned to like seafood more than I thought I did.
I like how I know you're trying to do Jake, but it comes out Mayor Quimby.
Yeah. We're making a lot of Simpsons references tonight. So
it's all right.
Yay! It's a Simpsons night. Okay, well, look, we're basically done. Next episode is the final episode. We will find out who wins, not just the game, not just our hearts, but also who wins in our fantasy, because I'm sure everyone is incredibly invested in that. Everyone. That's why people are playing at home, because they want to know which of the three of us. You know what would be really funny? If we had more than 3 listeners, of which Andy is one, is if people did a fantasy about... never mind. You know what I mean, what I'm trying to say. If they drafted, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. All right. And that would be one of them for sure, is anytime I say it doesn't matter. All right, whatever. Okay, we're basically done. So, goodbye. Goodbye. I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Not you. I love our 2 listeners.
Good.
Okay. I'm going to go to bed because I just now realized it's almost 9:30.
Yep.
Yep. All right.